Hi guys, Nick Thomas of the Academy of Historical Fencing here. Today I'm going to be looking at the Superior Fencing Colonel Jacket. So in the last video I looked through the Superior Fencing HEMA Kit 1, which is an extensive kit all in black that included basically almost everything head to toe plus a few extras. So this review is just this particular jacket. So this is one of the more expensive jackets that they do, and also lighter weight. And obviously it has a few stylistic cues as well. So yeah, it's called the Colonel Jacket. Designed to obviously, to a certain degree, look like sort of a 19th century practice sort of jacket. Right, so the first thing is weight. It's designed to be not just a more fashionable jacket, which is part of it of course, but also a lighter weight jacket. So the previous jacket I looked at was around about 3 kilos in size large, and this one is just under 2.2 kilos in the same size large. And bear in mind it has the elbows already attached and padding in certain sections, like underneath this elbow, and a bit more padding in a few other areas. It's padded less overall, but it has a few extra protection levels at certain points. So if you had to put the equivalent on the normal jacket, that would probably put it up to about 3.2. So it's sort of a good kilo down on the standard jacket weight. And that's been done by a number of ways. One is just it's generally padded less, so you've got less quilted protection, and also it's not double layered across the front. So the other jacket, like a lot of HEMA jackets, has sort of a something like an 8 or 10 inch overlap along the front, whereas this just has a couple of inches where the zip goes over and that's it. So it doesn't have a double front on it. So that cuts the weight down as well. Right, so first of all, if you want to see this in use, I shot a video recently testing the Black Fencer steel longsword out, and I was wearing this jacket in it so you can see it in action. It's like the other one, it's size large, and I normally wear size medium in things like Spez and Neyman, and I've said on the other review, it's the same with this one, it's size large by the manufacturer, but it's more like a medium to large compared to the other brands. Because if I wore a large Spez, for example, it'll swamp me, but this is a large Superior Fencing, and it's too big on me, but it's not massive. I can get away with it. I wouldn't want this size personally, but you can tell it's not quite large, it's in between the two. But about sizing, they will do custom sizing for no extra cost, so if you want a different sizing, just let them know. Right, like the other jacket, it's had our club logos put on, so on the sleeve and on the back, that's all embroidered on, which is nice, and it costs $15 to have that put on. So that's a nice cheap way of getting club logos on without having to fuss. And the jacket is $180. Shipping per jacket, I think they said a jacket individually was going to be about $15 or $20 shipping. So, this jacket to the UK with all of your insignias and everything on, your club logos, it's going to be something in the region of $220 approximately. Right, and of course that does come with what's actually attached. So, like these elbow guards, for example, which you can take off. They're pointed on and then Velcro section here, so you can take those off if you want. Now about the elbows, so you've got this hard shell protection on the top. What you can't see is underneath there's a layer of I can't remember what the material's called. It's like a flexible sort of rubber that you see used in some motocross type stuff. So it has quite a lot of shock absorption without being actually hard like the hard shell plastic. So that runs from there, so approximately half my forearm length, underneath the elbow cup section, and so about here. So you've got a good bit of sort of semi-rigid protection in there, and then an actual hard shell over the elbow itself. So you've got quite a bit of protection in there, more than you would think looking at this jacket, because obviously it looks like a normal jacket. So yeah, quite a bit of protection there, and that will obviously probably work quite well with like the long cuff gloves, like sparring gloves, for example, because they have a long cuff, but they don't allow full forearm, so that's quite useful. And I've been using this exactly as is for sabre and longsword and all sorts of stuff, so I didn't wear any extra protection there from memory. So yeah, it's quite a lot of protection here. What else? So on the back, the other one had like a Velcro strap, whereas this has got like a cool tab, if you like, something like that. So yeah, you can belt it in if you want, which is quite useful. And okay, what else? Do it up. So you've got a zip on the side. You've got buttons here which are functional as well. Velcro here I don't tend to do buttons up like that, but you can. They do work. And somebody asked, did these jackets have blade catchers here? Well, yes, they do. You can see it here. They do have blade catchers on them. You've got this elastic stuff on the sleeves which pulls the sleeves in. As you can see with this is a large jacket and I wear medium, so it is overall just a little bit too big for me. But if this was sized for me, that would actually be quite nice to belt it in a little bit at the wrists. Okay, so the overall sort of size coverage, if you like, is very similar to the other jacket that I showed in the last video, and most HEMA jackets, they're about this kind of size of cut, basically crossing over a sort of sport fencing jacket and a gambeson type sort of style. So they come down to just below the belt line, and they're gusseted so that you can do this without them lifting, which this one has a slight bit more restriction than the black jacket I was looking at, and the only reason for that is because it's got extra protection in here. So that's kind of like rubbery material that's in the elbows is also now in the shoulder sections here. So you've got a thinner jacket overall, but you've got more protection in certain key areas like that. So yeah, a tiny bit of restriction, and I do mean a small amount. I was doing sabre and sword and buckler, I think I did some rapier with this as well, and I didn't really notice it. So, the build. Now obviously we've only been trying them out for a few weeks, but so far it's gone really well. I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. The comfort is good. Weight-wise, it's a little bit heavier than I normally use because, again, I use normally a Spares Light AP, which is one of the lightest jackets on the market. And this is just a little bit heavier, and it doesn't have the same moisture wicking materials inside. They did say it has it's got some moisture wicking material inside, but I found this liner to be a little bit warm compared to what I normally wear. In the same way actually to the Spares Officer jacket does that to a certain degree as well. And they do say they're actually putting in more moisture wicking materials soon, which is good. So I found it a little bit warm, not excessive, it was okay. So, what else is there to say?
The zips on the back. They don't have them.
No, that's okay. Yeah, so this one doesn't have the ventilation zips on the back that I mentioned in the review for the black jacket, but it is of course a lighter jacket all round. They'll do custom sizes, they'll do custom patches, and I think that's pretty much all there is to cover. Now I would say it's a good jacket. Now, people always ask me on these jackets, is this suitable for longsword? It's pretty much the most common question I get for a jacket. Now, you have to decide that for yourself. You need to decide what level of protection you want personally. I wear this for longsword, when I was sparring longsword, definitely. But it depends how hard you're going, what weapons you're using, what level of bruises you're happy with. I would say this is good for medium level longsword sparring. If you're going to go really heavy, you're going to want something a bit heavier. Unsurprisingly, so it is, it's a 2.2 kilo jacket, and that's in size large, remember. I should imagine a medium would be just under 2, so it's getting very close to the Spares Light AP. Yeah, it's a good jacket. I do like the cut and the finish, it looks nice. If I was going to buy this for myself, I would go a little bit smaller. Probably not medium, but a custom in between. And yeah, so I don't really have any negative points about it. I'd obviously have to do durability tests over time, but it's a little bit warm, as I said. But I have talked to them, and they did say they're going to be working on adding more moisture wicking materials, which would be nice. But it's $180, which is it's very reasonable, particularly as you are getting the extra interior protection and the elbow pads. So for most people, you could, and most sparring, you could use this jacket straight off with no extra protection on whatsoever. So you wouldn't have to buy any arm guards, elbow guards, anything like that. So it's only $60 more than the other jacket, and you're getting quite a bit on top. So yeah, a good jacket all round. Quite like it. I'm going to keep getting other people to put it to the test in the club, see how it goes. But yeah, I think it looks good, it works well, and so far I've been very impressed with the Superior fencing stuff, so I'm definitely going to be recommending them, and I think they're going to do well. So that's the review for the Superior fencing jacket. If you have any questions or if I've missed anything, please let me know in the comments section. Thanks for watching.